Alright, Goden here, gonna give you my first video that has a topic to it, and it's gonna be my top 10 anime. And these aren't gonna be in any particular order. It's just like these are the anime I put above the rest. It's just my top 10. They can be shuffled around if anything, there's only one that's above like all of them, but we'll get to that later. Alright, let's start. Alright, number one is Cowboy Bebop. And this is a classic. If you don't know Cowboy Bebop, you don't know anime. It was made in 1998, so it's an older one. But I mean, it is probably one of the best anime out there. I mean, it's about space cowboys. So what's not to like about that, right? I guess it's set in 2071, about 60 years after an accident with a hyperspace gateway made the Earth uninhabitable, I guess. So, I mean, most of humanity colonized rocky planets and moons in the solar system. And it basically follows Spike, Faye, Edward, and what the hell is his name? What was it? Jet, I think. I forgot, but no, it wasn't Jet. It was I don't remember. I think it was Jet. Yeah. And it focuses mostly on Spike and his backstory with like the Red Dragon Syndicate, I believe. And he used to have this partner, and spoiler alert, they end up killing each other in the end. It has one of the like saddest endings. Spike ends up dying, but yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Cowboy Bebop. I think it has like over what was it, 26 episodes? I think it's that. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. Good to go. Alright, next we have is Foody Coody. Foody Coody is one of those ones that if you watch anime, you've probably seen this. And you could pronounce it Foody Coody or Foody Coody, but it's kind of like a coming of age story, and it revolves around Naota, and it basically him going through puberty and seeing how adults work and stuff like that. It has a much deeper meaning behind it than all the wackiness that happens in it. It has like 6 episodes, and I think it's one of the greater animes out there. Great characters. I mean, I love Lord Conti's design. I mean, I think it's phenomenal. Naota is awesome. Haruka is pretty awesome. It's just a great anime overall. It's only 6 episodes, so I'd give it a watch if you got time. Of course you got time. Go watch it. The next one is it's a bit newer, and it's called Gate. Thus, the Japanese Self-Defense Force fought there, or something along those lines. I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember, but I mean, the whole plot is like this portal opens up from another world in like the middle of Tokyo, and like these legion of soldiers emerge and like start attacking the city, and they're like knights and on horses and stuff, and they kill like a lot of people. And but because of the advanced weaponry and tactics that Japan has, the self-defense forces, the JSDF, easily repel them, and they go through the gate, and you end up in this fantasy world where like there's still kings and knights and magic and stuff like that. And it basically follows this guy Itami, who's an otaku, and like prides himself on it, and he tries to be lazy and everything, but like he's probably a military genius basically, and he ends up getting this harem of girls that are pretty awesome. I'd give it a watch. I think what they have right now in episodes is like 24 total. I think 12 for each season that they have out, and it was a light novel before, so I mean, if you want to read the books first, I think I'm not sure. I don't think they have the English versions of that, but definitely check out the anime. It's pretty damn good. Alright, next, people are kind of about it, off and on. Most people like the manga, and this anime is actually Tokyo Ghoul. I know a lot of people have, like, shitload of problems with the second season because, like, I actually just have a problem with the anime overall just because it doesn't correlate with the manga enough. But, I mean, for the most part, I like it because I like tragedy and everything, but, it's good. At least watch the first season. I think everyone will enjoy that. I think it's pretty good. Tokyo Ghoul is I think it's pretty good. I mean, if you want, go read the manga. Probably like 100 times better, to be honest. But just give it a watch. I haven't watched Tokyo Ghoul Jack yet, but you should. Or was it Re? No, it was Jack. I haven't watched that yet, but that's like a prequel. But definitely give it a watch. Second season, not as great, but I mean, it has some damn good animation to it. Just watch it. I'd recommend it. So the next one is Neon Genesis Evangelion, and that is a name that is known throughout anime, and it is probably one of the most criticized and most loved anime out there. But I mean, I think it is phenomenal. Like, you can read the manga, you can watch the anime and the movies that they have out. There's like 26 episodes in the anime, and then there's like 3 movies out. Let me see. I know there's Death and Rebirth, the End of Evangelion, and Rebuild of Evangelion. And then you could watch the ones that are like 1.11, 2.22, and 3.33, which basically kind of retells it in a different way. But I think it's really good. If you don't know it, the plot is kind of, I don't know, detailed. Basically, there is something called the Second Impact, and the world basically ends, and there's just only so many people left in the world, and like these things called angels start coming to destroy humanity. And basically, these kids have to drive these mechs called Evangelions, or the Avas, and they have to fight off these angels and these monsters trying to destroy humanity. And it has like the subplot to it is it's kind of sad and lonely. Like, you can tell that the writer was in a dark place. I mean, you can look that up. I think he had depression and everything, and that's what this kind of focuses on, is the main character's depression and how he feels, how he fits in the world. And I think it's worth a watch, definitely. Just check it out, Neon Genesis Evangelion. The next one is probably one of my all-time favorites. Like, if this is probably the one that would be on the top of the list if I put this in order. It's Spice and Wolf, and I know a lot of people don't really know too much about it, but it's about this guy named Kraft Lawrence and Holo, and they basically go on this adventure together throughout the country and stuff. Kraft is like a traveling merchant, and Holo is a god. Basically, she like brings good luck for crops and stuff, but she can't leave the wheat. So she has like this little pouch of wheat in her sack and everything, and I believe it has 25 or 26 episodes total for the first and second season, or well, total, like with them both together. And there's a whole light novel series. I actually have the entire set now, all 17 volumes, which I'm very, very happy about. And I think it's a cool dynamic. It's very smart, very well spoken, and the actors for it, I think, were just spot on for it. The voice actors, and I would definitely give it a watch if you like a smart, witty kind of banter between two characters. It's really good. You can see the love kind of build up in it, between the two characters, and I think it's really great. And I actually read that they're gonna try to come out with another season for it too, which makes me really, really excited. So check it out, Spice and Wolf. So the next one is Heaven's Lost Property, and this one is actually really funny, but it also has like a dark undertone behind it too. But I don't know how far that goes. I haven't read the manga or the light novel or whatever, so I don't really know what goes past the anime. But it's really funny. It's an ecchi, whatever, how you pronounce it, and it's pretty funny. It's basically about this kid, Tomoki. He's kind of perverted and stuff, and he just wants peace and quiet, right, throughout his whole life. And well, he keeps having these dreams about an angel talking to him, and then Icarus kind of falls down from the sky and changes his whole life, and he meets Nymph and all them. And he just goes on a bunch of funny adventures with them, and they're called angeloids, by the way. They're not actually angels, but it's really funny, and I think it's one of the coolest things anime out there. It's just so great. All right, so the next one is actually, I think, just great storytelling from the creator. I forget his name. Nisiosen, or I forgot his name, but it's the Monogatari series, and I mean all of it because there's a lot of different names for each story, like Kizu Monogatari, Bake Monogatari. There's a bunch of different ones, and there's a certain way to watch them all, and I don't really know which way. I mean, if anything, you can watch it from any point you want, but because they're all different stories, they just like happen at different times. But the Monogatari series revolves around this guy named Kiyomi Araragi, and he's a student, high school student, right? And he kind of becomes a vampire because of this girl named they name her Shinobu after she loses a lot of her power, but her real name is very, very long. Let me see if I can try to remember it. Pretty sure it's Kiss Shot. It's Kiss Shot for the most part. That's like the first name. It's Kiss Shot Accelerion Heart Underblade or something like that. It's very, very long, but it's a great series. It revolves around more of the supernatural, like obviously vampires, but then there's also ghosts and just like demons and stuff like that, and just like Japanese style monsters, but they're not actually monsters for the most part. I mean, it's just great storytelling, and if you're gonna watch it, it's all in sub, but you got to read like the subs, and you got to read the screen sometimes. The art style is really sporadic, but it's really, really awesome. Like, it's fucking amazing. Like the Kizu Monogatari movie that came out earlier this year, I thought was fantastic. It looked beautiful, and I can't wait for the two other parts. But yeah, Monogatari series, like the entire thing, you can pretty much start from any part, I believe. But yeah, give it a try. Monogatari series, Shinobu and Araragi, and other best girls. Alright, another one is Code Geass, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about. I mean, it's about Lelouch and C2 and the Britannian Empire and all that, and it's basically about war and rebellion. I mean, it's called Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, and he basically starts a war. He becomes a terrorist basically against Britannia. And it's Lelouch Lamperouge. He fights. Basically, he's fighting his dad because he thinks he let his mom die, or he killed his mother, basically. And it's actually his dad, and he's like the emperor. So Lelouch is like a prince, and C2 gives him this power to like of absolute obedience. And it's actually, I think it's one of the better anime. Obviously, it's my top 10. I'm gonna think all of these are like the best anime out there, but this is a really good one. I'm pretty sure it's like 25 episodes on each one, so I think there's 50 episodes total for both seasons, and it's really great. Lots of Pizza Hut in it, by the way. So yeah, give Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, a try. Good watch. So before I say the very last one, because I don't know, it's not like in order still, but before I say the last one, here's some runner-ups that I think didn't quite make the list but are quite up there. The first one is Trigun, which is older anime, came out about the time Cowboy Bebop did, and it's really, really cool. It's about these, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's about Vash the Stampede, really, and he's basically treated as like the human, what was it? I don't know. He's a great gunslinger. I think he's like considered the first human disaster, like, because everywhere he goes, just like awful things happen, right? But he's not the one causing them. It's just like shit just keeps going down. Like, people are trying to kill him all the time because he's Vash the Stampede, and he is basically, he's not technically human. He's like a species above us, him and his brother, because they're almost immortal, I think. And it's just basically him trying to figure out how to like help the people around him. And he's like kind of like a pacifist, but he'll fight if you have to. He's funny, and he always hits on girls, which I think is really great. And it's actually the guy who voices him is the guy who voices Ichigo in Bleach, which is another anime that's really good, but pretty sure you know that. There's that. Beyond the Boundary is another one. Konosuba, Eureka 7, and Future Diary. Those are all runner-ups. I would give those a try too if you want. Again, all these anime I think are really great. So yeah, there's that. So the last one on my list, not the best, not the worst, but it's just on my list, and I'm pretty sure it's on a lot of people's list, at least people who like this type of thing. It's Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is great. How do you not like it? I mean, it's about fighting, about putting the maximum effort into it, you know? Goku, Vegeta. My favorite character is Vegeta. Not a lot of people like him, but Dragon Ball Z was just one of the... I think it's the first anime I watched, and it pretty much got me into it. Because it was always on Toonami. Dragon Ball Z, it will always have a place in my heart. Cliched, I know, but Dragon Ball Z, I thought was awesome. Just the whole Frieza saga, I thought one of the best things. Honestly, my favorite saga was actually the Buu saga, which I know Akira Toriyama didn't really want to do, but I just thought it was phenomenal. The fighting, all the artwork and everything like that. I thought it was just great, you know? The pacing in it, a little slow, but I think it worked for it. And that's just what Dragon Ball Z is, you know? And Dragon Ball Super, I don't love the animation, I really don't. But I can't wait for it to be dubbed, because I really, really want to watch it. And yes, I even like Dragon Ball GT. As awful as that was, GT is still pretty awesome, I think. I think you should just think of it as separate from Dragon Ball Z. But I don't think it is, technically. Even though Akira Toriyama didn't really do it, but I still really like it. Shit, I have the entire series of GT. Dragon Ball Z is, I don't have, because it's a little expensive, but I'll get there. And Dragon Ball, just Dragon Ball overall, it's just awesome, funny, and just very charismatic. One of the best out there. So, yeah. That was my top 10 anime, and I would probably do more regarding anime if you want me to review certain anime that you heard about or something like that. But yeah, that was it for the most part, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright. Bye!